you know, when you work with people, sometimes it's tough, man. I ain't saying I got all the answers, but you came to me for a reason, man. Let me just, you know, give you a little game. I got it for you. I got it now. I have one more topic, man. This is just something that I was thinking about. Maybe we can squeeze this in because I think we all are in the position to speak on this.
Okay.
And it relates to being a creative and giving out advice to people that work up underneath you or people that you may be in a mentorship position or someone that, you know, just somebody looks up to you. Is there a wall with that? Because, and the reason I'm saying it is because sometimes we give advice as OGs and it's like hitting a wall. The person just doesn't want to listen. But we see that this person has elite talent, elite potential, elite possibilities. How do you draw the line as an OG to say, I need to pull back or I need to push this person before I lose them? Because
that kind of sounds like parenting.
Yeah, but I'm not a parent, so that's I don't know. But I'm just asking because sometimes as creatives, you can push somebody away by doing too much. But you can also see so much in them, you don't know how to navigate it. We all want to give game if possible. To me, I want to give back because people help me. But sometimes you run into that situation because it's like, this person is so dope, but they just not getting it. They're not following me on what I'm saying.
They gotta want it, man.
Okay.
At the end of the day.
All right.
Yeah,
Can't get right.
Yeah, if they don't want it, you talking to a dead you're beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I mean,
So there's no reason to, I'm glad you said that. So there's no reason to press the issue if you've done it enough times and you're not seeing.
I can't force information and wisdom on anybody.
All right. Okay.
You know,
all right.
A lot of times people, like, especially, you know, you talking about this new generation, they think they know everything anyway because they're like, I got the internet. I'm just doing what I've already seen.
Right.
Instead of like taking advice from people who've already been there.
Right.
You know, they'd rather pay attention to what they've already seen than to, you know, take wisdom and, you know, and understanding and some knowledge from people who already have been where they're trying to get. And there are some people, I'm not going to say all, because like I said, like, I don't want to, I say this and I like to reiterate it, is like anybody who like is in their 20s right now trying to do whatever, you know, these are my children. You know what I'm saying? I always say that, you know, I'm old enough to be their father. And if they're receptive to it, cool. But, you know, if I can show you how to navigate the club game or the DJ game or the MC game, and you don't want to take it because you think you're already doing a good job, that's fine. All right. And you'll have a limited run and I'll be able to still take the jobs that somebody should be giving you because you don't want to listen to anybody's advice about how to really just move beyond, you know, the spot that you're in right now. And that's fine. You know, but there are people who really actually want to learn, and shout out to them because, you know, the people who are OGs, if you will, they're not going to do it forever. Either they're going to age out or they're just not going to want to do it.
Right.
You know, but the reason why, you know, a lot of DJs still work is because, you know, a lot of you are Serato DJs. You play the same songs. You just standard playlist hood DJs. And no one's going to hire you to do anything else. And, you know, if you don't want to take that advice from somebody who's actually a resident somewhere or has, you know, or even if you're talking about producers, somebody who understands music theory and could show you some things about, you know, how to actually, you know, you're producing or putting out remixes and, you know, they could just give you some game is like, look, this is in the wrong key. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't know, but you don't know. And you're like, no, it sounds good. My people told me it was dope. All right, man.
See, I come from the era where, you know, and this is just a phrase, but y'all will know what I'm talking about. You ever hear somebody in your family say, don't worry about it, let him hit his head? Like, that's the era.
Think fat meat ain't greasy.
Like, I've heard that growing up. Don't worry, let him hit his head. He need to hit his head. Right? So, like, J. Moore, you made a good point when you were talking about being willing to give it, but not pressing if it's not being received, because now we're wasting time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're wasting time. And, you know, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just weird because you made a very good point. Somebody has to want that. Right? You can't force it on somebody. Even if you see infinite potential, it's not gonna land right if they don't want it and they don't want to receive it.
You have to be receptive at the end of the day.
You gotta want to be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
what I mean? Or to even be better. You know what I mean? Because if you think everything you're doing right now is perfect, you know what I mean, and somebody come tell you, well, no, this is actually it needs some tinkering.
Yeah.
If your ego too big,
it just be like
9 times out of 10 it is.
Yeah.
It
Like
just be,
what's
go
name
ahead.
actually gave me a story. Stylistic. He said that he was DJing somewhere and it was a DJ from somewhere else. You know, our style is blending.
Yeah.
Right.
So this other guy from somewhere else turned his nose up at blending.
Oh, word?
Yeah. He's like, why y'all do that here? Y'all need to do it this way, or that way. And it's like that type of situation.
Slamming.
That's different. Yeah. Slamming. Yeah. That's different because you trying to son somebody that don't need to be schooled. That's kind of the
That's different.
I feel like I'm better than you because I don't DJ in that style.
Right.
But really, this style takes more technicality than the whole slamming thing. You know what I'm saying? So you got to recognize as an OG too, or somebody that's in a position to teach somebody whether somebody needs to be taught or not.
Well, I remember when it was
Good
years
point.
ago. 𝐀𝐄𝐃 came to St. Louis to do like I can't even remember what kind of party it was. It was dope, you know, nice environment. But the thing is, when 𝐀𝐃 got to town, he wanted to know what was hot in St. Louis. He didn't just say, "I'm 𝐀𝐃, I'm from New York, it's Mecca hip hop." He's like, "Let me go ahead and holler at some DJs here in the city."
That's a smart thing to do.
And you know, he wound up playing Ali from the Lunatics had a record called "Breathe In, Breathe Out." It was it was a regional hit, even though it was on a major record label. You know, it didn't really get past Columbia, Missouri.
They played it here a little bit.
Yeah, but
He was smart enough to ask for
in
it.
St. Louis, it was it was that record.
Yeah.
That's when they was doing the chicken head.
Yeah. But you know, 𝐀𝐃, somebody who was at his level, had the wherewithal to get with the people in the city and see what's up. You know, he didn't just say, "I'm 𝐀𝐃,
Right.
y'all just some cats from St. Louis. I don't need to talk to y'all. I'm already here, and y'all ain't on my level." No, he went ahead and got with some people from the city and figured it out. It's almost, I mean, there's layers to it. Just like you said, and we just we can tie this all together.
Come on.
Where, you know, you played a record for Lone, and he told you about the snares.
Yep.
And you could have been like, "Man, I've been doing this." You know what I'm saying? We in the same boat.
This is my friend. This is my brother.
But
yes.
You are willing to receive that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Out of respect.
Yeah.
And just out of wanting to be better.
Yeah.
You know, there's some people who think they are already at the top and they don't need to get any better, so they don't need to listen to you or anybody else.
See, the difference between his story though and what we were talking about is actually you sought Lone's counsel.
I did.
You know what I mean?
I did.
As opposed to just giving that information.
But I had to be, to his point though, I had to be receptive to it though.
And
I still had to be receptive
you
to
value his opinion.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Because, you know, I've been in situations sometime with a DJ or something like that, and maybe they count is off or they not counting. You know what I mean? And I mentioned something to him about it, like, "Hey man, why you only got one cue point here? You should have at least two, at the very least 2 cue points on the record, man."
I'm sorry.
And they don't do it. You know what I mean? So the record, when the transition ends up being a little bit off.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
You mentioned that earlier, didn't you?
Yeah.
See how I come full circle?
Yeah.
So, like, actually, this one person, he was actually using headphones.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I don't see how you.
Yeah.
But that ain't for me to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, Lone just told y'all in the chat. I would have told him anyway. If he ain't like it, I don't care.
Yeah.
So
At the end of the day.
at the end of the day,
that's all that
when somebody really want to see you be great, that's gonna be their response.
Yeah.
You
That's
need to
really
hear
your
this.
friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But nah, man, it was just something I thought about because, you know, when you work with people, sometimes it's tough, man. I ain't saying I got all the answers, but you came to me for a reason, man. Let me just, you know, give you a little game. I got it for you. I got it now. I got
The
it.
key is always knowing that you don't know everything.
Exactly.
So anybody can have some game for you. You can be somebody younger than you
Yeah.
that might have recognized something that you're not doing. They might not have as much game, but they can kind of hip you to what would work for their peers.
Yeah, and we can still learn
and
from them.
vice versa.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. No, that's real. That's real. And I've learned that.
Nate Jeezy's right.
What do you say? I don't give advice to no DJs. The wackest DJs be out here.
He ain't lying with that.
Yeah.
though.
Wackest DJs be out
Man,
here
he is
prospering.
not lying.
I keep my mouth shut and focus on me.
Man, and I ain't
He's
the type.
dead serious,
I'm not
too.
the type to toot my own horn at all.
Yeah.
Ever, never been that type. But I see a lot of people that get work that shouldn't be working.
Nate is
I'll just
dead
say
serious too. Shout out to the homie Nate Jeezy, man. And my East
that. But
Coast
most
family.
of the people I rock with are solid anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Just a thought, fellas. Just appreciate y'all opinion because we all are to the age now where game can be dropped on the ground. You just got to pick it up. You know what I'm saying?